CD1, track 37. 1.
One of the daughters of a friend of mine has got married and she's 18. Now, I think that's too young to get married. What do you think?
I agree. I think 18 is far too young to get married because you haven't got any experience of life. I think if you get married at 18, you have so many responsibilities. At that age, you need to be able to travel and try different jobs and...
Yes, I think you're right. And also, I think at that age, you really haven't become the person that you're going to be. You haven't developed. So I think you change between 18 and, say, 25. You change so much. And young people who get married at 18, by the time they reach 25, they might not be interested at all in their husband or wife.
I agree. I think it's too early to get married. If you make a mistake and you marry the wrong person, then marriage is for life. But you should be able to wait just another few years and maybe get married at 25 or 30. There's still plenty of time.
It's better. Yes, that's definitely better.
2.
I agree. I think it would be very good if young people these days did military service because it teaches them responsibility and it also teaches them how to cooperate in a group. I think it's a very good idea.
I'm not so sure about that. Okay, it teaches them cooperation, it teaches them to work in groups, but on the other hand, it teaches them how to be aggressive. It teaches them to go out and kill people.
Yeah. Well, I don't agree. I've spoken to young people in countries where they still have military service and maybe they have military service for a year or 18 months. And apart from being very pleasant, polite young people, many of them also say that they enjoyed their military service and made some very good friends and...
Yeah, in my opinion, it doesn't have to be military service. In some countries, you have the possibility of a kind of civil service where they work in hospitals or on farms and generally do good things for their country, but it's not to do with the military. And I think you have to give young people the choice. Because some young people don't want to be in the military service. They don't want to be involved in that kind of thing, and I can understand that. So why can't they do something else which helps their country?
3.
I don't know, teenagers these days, they only ever think about their girlfriends, their boyfriends, about money, about what they want to do in the evening. They're just terrible. They really are. Don't you think so?
I don't agree. I think teenagers have all sorts of problems and things that they have to deal with these days. I'm always amazed by the amount of schoolwork they have to do, for example. Far more homework than I did when I was at school.
Well,
Don't you think so?
maybe some. No, I don't. I think some teenagers are very irresponsible. They should be more responsible about their lives. I think a lot of teenagers don't study very much at all. They come out of school with no qualifications. They don't get jobs. They cause problems in the streets. I don't know. I think that the parents are to blame, really. The main reason is their parents aren't strict enough with them.
Well, I agree that there are lots of teenagers who do cause problems, but I think most teenagers now are much more responsible than they used to be. And there's a lot of pressure on them to do well at school so that they can go to university and get a good career.